This year we're instituting a new tradition, and this is called our Alumni Roundtable. So seated with me on the stage right now are three alums from our three high schools, and we're going to hear about their experiences. We're going to hear how their education impacted them. Earlier this morning with the group that was here, when the alums would say their school's name, all the staff from that school went like this, like they wanted to, wanted to clap, but they didn't. It's okay if they say your school's name and you want to clap, that's okay. Just don't get crazy so we can get through our questions. Fair enough? All right, so seated on stage with me are three alums from Walled Lake. So why don't we start with, what is your name? Where did you graduate from? And what are you doing right now? Go ahead.
My name is Allison Wilbert. I am a graduate of Walled Lake Central. I am now the library director at the Commerce Township Community Library.
Thank you.
My name is Austin Richards. I graduated from Walled Lake Northern in '07, and I'm a tax accountant and auditor.
Hi there, my name is Sophia Latta. I graduated from Walled Lake Western in 2018, and now I'm a journalist in Flint, and I also do freelance work with the New York Times.
So before we get into my questions for you, let's just have a quick snapshot. Give us your path. Where did you go to elementary school, middle school, and high school?
I went to Oakley Park Elementary, Clifford Smart Middle School, and then Walled Lake Central.
Very good.
I went to Commerce Elementary, CHS, and Walled Lake Northern.
I went to Wixom Elementary, Sarah Banks Middle School, oh yeah, and Walled Lake Western.
Very good. Very good. So just to start, tell us a little bit about how your education here in Walled Lake impacted what you're doing right now.
I think a few teachers would be not surprised to know that my love of reading really was instilled to me in school, and I kind of carried it through all the way, through college, where I majored in English and Communication Studies, and into librarianship.
All right. So with Walled Lake Northern, I was very into history, math and science and that, and math was always my strong point. So when I left here, I went to Oberlin College in Ohio, where I played football for 4 years, but I blew out my knee a couple times and came back, and then I ended up going to Walsh College for my accounting and got my bachelor's in accounting. I'm working on my master's in tax and then the CPA exam as well. And I think like a big part of that was the AP classes in math here that always made me just do better and more challenging to get me going further.
Yeah, so I think I found my passion for writing when I was in fourth grade, to be honest. I remember doing free writing in my composition notebook in Miss Smead's class, and I remember just having so much fun with it. And then as time went on, I kind of realized that writing was a strong suit of mine, and I preferred to write an essay instead of taking a multiple choice exam. Sorry if those are your jam. And then when I went to high school, I did the International Baccalaureate program, where I really learned how to fine-tune my writing and not just, I learned that writing was about more than that I could type 100 words a minute. It was like how to think intuitively and ask the right questions when you're researching, and how to really portray emotion through writing too. And so, yeah, I think that really helped me to learn that I loved writing, and those skills are ones that I do in my everyday job. So, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. So to take you all the way back to your elementary years, what was your favorite piece of equipment on the playground in elementary school? You just got really serious.
It was tetherball. Despite getting blasted, I have a very fond memory of getting blasted in the face. There was blood everywhere, but still, tetherball is so fun.
Yeah, and it builds character.
I like the competition. My nose isn't the same, but other than that, it really did well for me.
Right.
I would have to say the monkey bars, outside of tetherball, and swing from it and see how far you can go, and maybe you hit the little pebbles that they had there, which I mean, didn't do anything if you fell down on them. And yeah, like you said, build some character, get some paint, rub some dirt on it, and move forward.
That's great. Yeah, this is a very serious question. So at Wixom Elementary, there's something that we called the invisible slide, which is like these two bars, and you would like shimmy in between them and then put your arms around it and slide down. And when I tell you the line to go down the invisible slide was like Cedar Point level, I am not kidding. And like the whistle blows for recess to be over, it's like outrage on the playground if you didn't get to go down it. So I don't think I could do it anymore. I don't think I'd fit in between those little bars, but it was a good one for sure.
Very good, very good, very good. So my oldest daughter, Avery, is getting ready to go to middle school, which is a very interesting experience, let me tell you. But thinking back on your own experience, the transition from elementary to secondary school, do you remember maybe what made you most nervous about that transition, or what do you remember about that transition?
I was really concerned about our uniforms for gym class.
Okay,
Yeah, they weren't that cute. I'm sure they're better now.
okay, okay.
From Commerce Elementary, not too many people joined the laptop program, and when I went into middle school, I was, I think, one of 3. So it was going to be a whole new group of friends, whole new group of people that you went to school with. And then the fact that you went from 5th grade, I thought I was big man on campus, and then you come into 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and you're just like, what? And just, yeah, that kind of stuff.
All right, fair enough.
I think my concerns going into middle school were a little abnormal in that my fear was there was this bald man who taught 6th grade science, who I knew was going to come to my house every night and tell me to do my homework. It's my dad, if you don't know. So that was definitely a fear. But aside from that, genuinely my biggest fear was just getting to class on time. I was so worried that I was going to get like kicked out of school because I was 30 seconds late to English. Obviously, it was okay when I was 30 seconds late to English, but yeah, that was my biggest fear for sure.
All right, very good. So one of the universal human experiences is high school, right? Everybody in the room went to high school. Most of them graduated. And so one of the, I think, most special things about your high school experience is most people have a moment or two, right? Maybe the homecoming game or something of that nature. Did you have that high school moment or that high school experience, and what was it for you?
It was something that was routine. It was riding home on the bus after soccer games. We would sing Walled Lake Central's alma mater as a team, right as we were pulling into the parking lot. And I just remember, feeling so happy to be with all of my friends and, celebrating a win or a loss. It was really impactful.
When you're in town locally and you pull into the parking lot, do you still sing it sometime?
Yes.
Appreciate that. What do you?
I have a couple. So in '07, playing football on the field out there, we won our first homecoming game as a team or as a school at that point, and that was very special because we all wanted to do that, and especially before we left. But then even more impactful was on this stage that same year in '07, and being Joseph in the Joseph Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And I mean, it's packed just like it is now, and it brings me right back to it, and I loved every second of that. And it's crazy how the polarizing between the two and the gratifications are the same but completely different.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mine also stems from performing arts. I did forensics in high school, if you don't know. Yeah, Doug Bevier. So yeah, I did forensics. If you don't know what that is, it's not like anything weird and sciencey. It's actually competitive speaking. And my freshman year, I did forensics, and I was so bad that Bev would not admit it, but it was probably painful to watch me practice my 8-minute speech. And then my senior year, I was actually state champion in forensics, and that was a moment where I was like, wow, like I came from being like the worst I could have been, and really grew into something that like I'm still proud of, and that I like skills that I again use in my everyday speaking is important. So yeah, that would probably be mine.
Very cool. When I was a kid, if I were to draw back to my own experience in education, the staff member in my education that had the largest impact on me as a person was actually the head custodian of my middle school. He supervised me in detention almost every day. That's not a joke. But you know, he really took an interest and believed in me and provided me with a lot of encouragement. And so to me, I always think fondly about him and how he changed my life. And so I wonder, here in this room, is there a staff member or two who changed your life?
Yeah, I would say there are two of them. One is a long-gone teacher, Virginia Perfetti. She taught me AP Government and AP US History, and she really instilled a love of civics in me and in public service, hence why I'm here now. The other would be Coach Joel Sharp, my soccer coach, who... Coach Sharp, when I was a junior, named me one of the captains of the team, and it was the very first leadership position that I had been named to, and I think that really set me up to be in a leadership position in my career.
Very good, very good.
I have a couple, and my high school career started off a little bit rocky, and there was a myriad of teachers that were always there for me, always somebody to talk to, people to guide me in the right way, but there was two in particular. Mr. Kowalczyk, a psych teacher here at Northern, him and I share a same experience, and it was nice to be able to talk about certain things, to talk through everything, and help me be able to realize the pain and the hurt and move forward and try to address it. And then also Bill Boggs, our choir teacher, he never gave me an inch when I wanted to run a mile, and he kept me grounded, helped me out, helped me talk about certain things, and just keep me moving in the right path. And I would say, with all the other teachers that I had, my high school career would have went in a different trajectory if I didn't have certain people by my side.
I think for me, the early one would be Kathy Russell from Wixom Elementary. Yeah, and she's kind of a girl boss now. She's the principal, I think, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I was lucky enough to have her in 3rd grade and 5th grade, which was pretty awesome. And I think that she just helped me to feel seen in the classroom and feel like I could succeed in my schoolwork. Not that I hadn't felt that way before, but she just kind of empowered me to keep going, and that was really awesome. So, and then another one from high school would be Kimberly Paulin. She's retired now, but yeah, I only had her as a teacher once, but she ran the drama program and was just always there when I needed someone to talk to, and again, just encouraged me to be my best. So, yeah.
Very good, very good. So we've arrived at the last question, and the last question is this. Here before you are employees from across our school district, and they're about to embark on the 23-24 school year. What message or advice do you have for them?
Well, this would be a wasted opportunity if I didn't encourage all of you to encourage your students to get a library card. So what I like to tell lots of
How do you
different...
top that?
Do you know they're free? That's all I got.
Okay.
For me, it kind of goes off the stem of the teachers I was talking about earlier, is we look at you as teachers. We don't understand that you've been through everything. You know things, you've experienced so much. And it took a lot for me to understand that. And to have somebody to talk to give you maybe a little dose of reality, to get you back on track. And that's the thing that helped me the most. So I encourage just being real, you know, with life, with struggles, with moving forward, and because that definitely helped me.
Yeah, kind of to branch off of that, I feel like for me growing up, going to school always felt uncertain. I wasn't sure who my friends were going to be that day. I wasn't sure, you know, what was going to be for lunch that day. Like, there's some big concerns going into school every day. But the one thing that's always certain was that my teacher was going to be in the classroom teaching me something new. So I just want to encourage you guys, like, I know lesson plans and things like that, sometimes they don't always go exactly how you plan them to, or that one kid is going to like speak up in the middle of your lesson and ruin everything. But I just want to encourage you that, like, even if things go wrong, like, just the mere fact that you're there and that you're showing the kids who you are, like, that is really, really powerful. So that would be my advice.
Allison, Austin, Sophia, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.